Have you ever had the perfect plan and then life just laughs in your face? Employee calls out on the biggest event of the year, babysitter cancels, cake goes flying from the back seat to the front, delivery late, kids wake up sick, oven stops working in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner. You're in the checkout line. You go and you swipe your card and it's declined. You hurry up and then you're on your phone and you're checking your bank account and it's in the negative. How about flat tire on the way to make a delivery or on the way to work, and now you're going to be late? Sometimes it feels like the universe wakes up and chooses chaos. Not a gentle suggestion, not a warning, just nope, not today. That's what this episode is all about. Welcome back to Crumbcake and Chaos. Most of you already know, but I'm Carrie Shelley, mom of 4, world record holder, side hustle queen, the owner of Enchanted Cakes and Treats, and still currently reigning chaos queen. This is episode number 5. Thank you for showing up and being part of the chaos with me. It is so ironic that this was the topic that I picked to talk about this week. Because let me tell you, life has absolutely said, nope, not happening the last 24 hours. Some of you might have noticed that this episode wasn't released at 7 a.m. like normal. Why? Well, life took over this week and I didn't get things recorded early. I finally got my shit together, went to record last night, and Baby B said, nope, not tonight. It was already really late, and my plan was to get him in bed and then record. Well, he had other plans. He wouldn't let me leave his side. He's currently teething, and he had a couple of vaccines, so he's not really feeling good. And he's being clingy. And I guess he needed his mama last night. So what happened? We fell asleep. And it was a really, really, really rough night of sleep at that. He was up and down. He was crying. He was whining. He couldn't get comfortable. And it was a night. So very little sleep. And fast forward to this morning. Up, breakfast, all the stuff and things. Oh no, one employee is sick, so me and B are by ourselves tonight. Okay, we'll manage. And then another. Well, now I need to really get a move on it because I need to be there right away because the girl who's leaving, who isn't feeling well now, she runs the front. So I hurry up, I gather all the stuff and things, and we're going, and I spill a 20-ounce cup all over the floor. Like completely full, just filled it all over the floor. Very funny universe. Very funny. Haha. I'm already worried about getting the podcast done, which I wanted to do before I even left, and I couldn't. Now I have one call out, one leaving early, Bennett's still not feeling great. And now I have one hell of a mess to clean up. Okay, Carrie. All right. You got this. Clean it up. Stuff in the car. Baby B in the car. The car won't start. Ah! Are you kidding me? Like, this has to be a joke. Somebody is laughing. Okay. We're breathing. Breathe. Breathe. There's a jump box. Hook it up. No problem, right? Wrong. So, what now? What am I supposed to do? I have not a damn clue. Sit and sulk? Well, that would be nice because it has been a day and it's barely after lunch. But who the hell has time for that? Guess I'll use this time to record the podcast and hope I can figure out a solution by 3, or the bakery's gonna have to just close early. And I'll have to wait for someone to get home and take me to the parts store to get a battery. This is the chaos of life. It happens. How many times have you made a plan and life just said, yeah, no, not today? From something as simple as you need to get to work to you went to make dinner and you don't have all the ingredients that you had planned. Or you planned the perfect wedding and the DJ's late. The food isn't quite right. Someone in the bridal party is running late. The photo booth doesn't show up and calls you while you're in the car, in your dress, heading to the venue to say your vows. You can plan all you want. Life still reserves the right to veto. How you react and handle the situation, that's up to you. Because while you're freaking out and you're panicking that your special day is ruined, not a single person knows anything is wrong. They're dancing, they're chatting, having a great time, taking their own pictures and videos. You look around and you realize you're missing out on the fun and memories because you're too focused on what went wrong. Sometimes you need to say, my give a damn budget is full and I don't have any more give a damns to spare. Are you one of those people who freak out and get anxiety every single time something goes wrong, big or small? Do you get mad at the traffic? Do you get mad at the flat tire? Do you cry over spilled milk or coffee? Do you lose control over the messed up party? Do you freak out because dinner plans are messed up? Or do you adapt and overcome, pivot, and just figure it out? Life does this constantly, throws you curveballs. I'm pretty sure 90% of my life is things not going according to plan. Well, that didn't work out. Well, that didn't happen. Crap. I didn't get to the pharmacy to get my meds today. Well, that employee needs to go. Shit, I forgot I need to pick up Gracie after school. And now I need to drive 45 minutes home then 45 minutes back to work to finish something, and then 45 minutes back home. Well, that family member just screwed me over after I did nothing but try to help them and give them every single thing I could. Well, shit. Car accident. Well, double shit. Second car accident. Oh, neck surgery? How about a C-section that almost kills you? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I absolutely want to cry. And I do. But orders still need to be finished. There's still work to do. Employees still need direction. The kids still need dinner. Laundry still needs to be done. The dogs still need to be let out. Bills still exist. Life continues to go on. Sometimes you cry for 5 minutes, then you figure it out. Get up and move on. Years ago, I was on the way to deliver a 4-tier wedding cake. I was probably 5 minutes into the drive. A FedEx truck ran the stop sign, and I had no choice but to slam on the brakes. Yes, what happened? Yeah. The 4-tier wedding cake that was already stacked and ready to go went from the back of my minivan to the front of my minivan. I'm talking pieces on the dash, in the vents, literally everywhere. Oh, I was a mess. I called my husband hysterical. Drove back, crying my eyes out, gasping for air. Pulled in the driveway, and I just sat in the car, sobbing. I spent all day working on that cake, and it was beautiful and perfect, and now it is smashed to smithereens. I didn't know what to do. This bride and groom aren't going to have a cake. Who do I call? I cannot call a bride on her wedding day while she's getting ready to walk down the aisle and tell her she has no cake. My husband's trying to calm me down, and I'm spinning in circles, spiraling. I finally gathered myself after a few minutes, called the venue, and explained what happened. They told me, "You're in luck. You have the wrong time. The wedding actually starts in 3 hours. Can you figure something out?" 3 hours? For a 4-tier wedding cake with lace and fondant and a hand-sculpted bride and groom topper where the groom is playing the saxophone? Sure, no problem, I guess. Shit. How do I bake and decorate this cake? I took a deep breath and I wiped my tears and I went into boss mode. Made the batter and stuck it in the oven as fast as I could because I don't have extra cakes laying around. I bake to order. While they were baking, I made all the icing and the fondant, all the colors that I needed, and I was able to fix the bride and groom topper. Thank goodness. I sent my husband to clean out the car. What a freaking mess. Literally in the vents of the dash. The cakes came out of the oven in less than an hour. We're down to 2 hours. I popped them out of the pans, cut them, and in the freezer. Now we have an hour and a half, a little less. I iced and decorated the cakes like my life depended on it. This time I was not stacking the cakes. Luckily, the venue was like 15, 20 minutes away. I got it all loaded to the venue, stacked and set up. The cake was set, and I walked out the door as the bride was walking in. Whew. Walked to the car. Still, my heart is racing. I'm still not even breathing. Like I'm literally holding my breath and my heart is... I got in the car and finally let it all out. All the stress, all the crying, all the anger. And that bride and groom had no idea there was even an issue. I made it happen. And I learned a valuable lesson in pre-stacking cakes. And I survived. Could you imagine if I would have just thrown in the towel, sat there and felt sorry for myself? How many of you, honestly, would have just sat and cried and said, oh my God, I ruined their day, refunded them, and not fixed it? How many would have let the stress and anxiety take over? My mom drilled in our heads, if there's a will, there's a way. And I have always lived by that. I have pivoted and pushed through things that I didn't know were possible, that people still tell me, I don't know how you do it. There's a will, there's a way. I came back to work 2 weeks after neck surgery. 2 rods, 4 screws in the back of my neck, and a neck brace. Because the person I relied on, the person who swore they were going to keep things running while I was recovering, walked out on me. Walked out on the bakery. Left a note and keys on the table, which I saw on a camera. Didn't even tell me. Just left. If there's a will, there's a way. Your survival rate for every bad day is 100%. Your survival rate for every time something bad has happened, every time life said, nope, is 100%. You always survive. Sometimes life is not that dramatic. Sometimes it's the simple things that throw your day off and into a tailspin, like today. Crap, I forgot my lunch. Instead of, oh my God, I forgot my lunch. Now I can't eat. I don't want fast food. Just go find a place that sells healthy lunch. There's tons of them. Go to the grocery store and buy something quick, easy, or a frozen meal. Stuff to make a sandwich, tuna and crackers. There's plenty of options. It is not the end of the world. Move on. How about dinner? You make a meal, or you make a meal plan. You pull out the stuff you need, and you realize you don't have everything. Okay. And you make something else. What ingredients do you have? You were going to make chicken? Cool. Throw some spices on it and bake it. Put some barbecue sauce on it, throw it in the oven. Grill it. Air fry it. Make it into a wrap. Boil some rice, make some mashed potatoes and some veggies, and just call it a day. Who cares if it's not what you were going to make? Make something else. Pivot, adapt, and overcome. Traffic is worse than you expected, and now you're late. Why in the world are you having a meltdown? there is absolutely not a thing you can do. Wasting negative energy on things like that is literally just a waste of energy. Chaos isn't rare. Chaos is routine. Things going wrong is normal. You just need to decide how many fuck bucks you're gonna give it. You only get so much energy in a day. Stop spending it on nonsense. If I were to tell you that you can only give so many fucks in a day, and I'm sorry for my language, but that's the analogy I got. You get 20 fuck bucks. They don't carry over. You can't save them. How many are you spending on traffic? Because if you start yelling and screaming and throwing a tantrum and you use 10 of them, what happens when a real problem occurs? What happens when the kids get sick or the dog needs to go to the emergency vet or heaven forbid somebody has to go to the ER? When that cake flew to the front of the car, I'm not going to lie, I used quite a few. But when dinner and lunch go wrong, I don't care. Let it go. I've had employees who have panic attacks over the dumbest things. And I try to explain all the time, let it go. Things go wrong. Mistakes happen. Accidents happen. Emergencies happen. Sometimes you're late. Sometimes you don't get to go to the grocery store at the same time every day. Life happens. Ask yourself, will this matter tomorrow? Will it matter next week? Will it matter next year? Will you even remember this? Does it really impact anything? More or less anything important? Not everything deserves your energy. Not everything deserves a fuck buck. Some things are problems, and some things are just inconveniences. Protect your peace, because it's important. I've had to learn to ask, is this actually a big deal? Or am I just exhausted? Or hungry? Everything feels like a disaster when you're already overwhelmed. And the truth is, most of the things we panic about end up working out anyway. I used to say, oh, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out all the time. And I never even realized it until one day my husband says, you are always freaking out. You say that all the damn time, but you're not freaking out. So stop saying it. Okay. And I thought, well, damn, for once he's actually right. I wasn't freaking out. I gave the issues 60 seconds of my time and then adapt and overcome. We always figure it out. So now when life says, nope, I take a breath and I ask, okay, what's the next move? Sometimes I look up and I say, Dad, are you laughing now? Because I think he's laughing. It's not going to stop, especially when you're a business owner and a parent. The chaos is all over. You've got business chaos, employee chaos, kid chaos, schedule disasters, vacations going wrong, parent chaos, in-law chaos, your siblings and friends, traffic and car trouble, the roof is leaking, the mixer is broke, we ran out of ingredients, and the list goes on and on. Nothing humbles you like adulthood. The chaos, it comes with free responsibility. Yuck. And honestly, I think the hardest part isn't when one thing goes wrong, it's when everything goes wrong at the same time. Like for me this morning. You've got business problems happening, employees calling out, orders due, kids need something, someone's sick, the house is a mess, your partner needs something, your phone won't stop ringing and buzzing, and you're just standing there thinking, how am I supposed to handle this? The weight is too heavy. I can't do this. Pause. Breathe. Cry if you need to. Scream if you need to. Let all that energy out and then pick yourself up. Find the problem that needs to be addressed immediately. Handle it and move on. Delegate what you can, because sometimes those big problems are not big. They get solved with a phone call or a text, 5 minutes of problem solving. Nobody tells you that adulthood is basically just constant problem solving. Some common sense. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had to stop and cry and scream. Things are going wrong at the bakery. Order issues and angry customers. We ran out of something. Fighting with the kids or the husbands. I'm running late. I get served with court papers. The phone won't stop ringing. Now the baby won't stop crying. I haven't eaten. And I feel like I can't breathe. My employee, for whatever reason, now acts like she's a toddler and can't manage a single thing on her own. It won't stop. Yep. Time for a meltdown. Baby's fine. He can't hurt himself. He's in his pack and play over in the corner at the bakery. I go to my office and I cry my damn eyes out. Huge, ugly cry. Get it all out. Okay. Breathe. Focus. Turn the phone off. That noise is done. I'm done. Can't do it anymore. Get the baby calm. He's on my hip. He's happy now. What needs to be done first? I go through and I check the boxes one at a time. I don't have the energy to fall apart every time something goes wrong. Check those boxes one at a time. Ask yourself, what can I do? What can I fix right now? What's the next move? What's salvageable? Not, why is this happening? Why me? Why life is always like this? Why? Why can't it be easy? What now? Successful people aren't the ones whose plans work. They're the ones who adjust when they don't. Most of the time, things fall in place anyway with little to no effort. We figure it out. Bad days don't equal bad lives, and bad moments don't equal bad days. Some days, the survival is the success. Perfect isn't the goal. Getting through the day is. You have survived worse. Pivoting builds resilience. It builds creativity. It builds strength. And honestly, some of our best outcomes come from backup plans. Some of the best things in my life came from plans falling apart. Have you ever heard the song Unanswered Prayer by Garth Brooks? One of the lines says, remember, I'm going to try not to sing this because in my head I start to sing this. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, and just because he doesn't answer doesn't mean he don't care. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Sometimes things are meant to fall apart. So if your week didn't go how you planned, welcome to the club. Take a breath, adjust the plan, and move forward. Because sometimes adapt and overcome is the only option. It's how we survive. Nobody has it together. Absolutely no one, especially the ones who look like they have it all together on social media. They don't. Everyone is figuring it out as they go. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it, especially the ones who freak out over the little stuff. And this isn't just for business owners. This is for everyone. And remember, we're all just doing the best we can. And honestly, we're better because of it. And if there's a problem you're having in life that you'd like some help with, leave a comment or a review, send me a message or an email. Stop by the bakery if you're local, and I'll be sure to make an episode just for you. And as always, remember, when life gets crummy, there's always something sweet to look forward to. I'm Carrie, and this is Crumbcake and Chaos. Have a super amazing, little less chaotic, beautiful day. Bye, guys.